Peace and blessings to all of God's people on this miracle-making Monday morning. I want to speak to you this morning. I want to share from my own personal experience of walking this big old ball of mud we call planet Earth for 70 years. I'm sharing my experiences. Now, I can only talk about the things that I've witnessed within myself. I'm titling this, Becoming Aware of Your Awareness. Aware of your awareness. Contrary to popular belief, a lot of people never even think about the mind. When they said the mind, they don't look for no specific, they say, oh, I know what my mind is. Yeah, but according to psychology, the mind is a label maker. It describes things to you. No, it is not your all in all. It's just a part of a mechanism. The mind describes things. The descriptions it gives you operates within the laws of opposites. What they say in scripture, when everything's made in pairs, love, hate, up, down, here, there, subject, object. To become aware of awareness, you must first acknowledge. First, you got to slow up and say, okay, let me see what this information is that I'm processing through my mind. My mind's just sticking these labels on. Okay, now once you establish that, you find that you are the subject and you are focusing your awareness on an object. When we do not follow this particular universal law, what happens is we become focused on the object rather than maintaining our position of control as being subject. We are the one that's subject. In other words, this awareness of awareness, opens the door for you to see how you create your own realities. Your realities is your own personal recipes as to how you experience certain feelings. There's some people you love to be around them. Some people you can't stand to hear their name. I mean, the opposites are dynamic. You have to be aware of your awareness to come into creative intelligence. Creative intelligence is the level of intelligence where we become problem solvers. Now, let me step back to subject and object a little bit. Subject is like a thermostat. A thermostat gives you the power to control the temperature, all right? A thermometer is like your mind. It's just reporting. It'll tell you what the temperature is. They got this dangerous stuff inside of it, mercury, whatever it is. Well, you got digital stuff now, but back in the day, they had mercury in there. You see how ignorant what we would come from? But anyway, a thermometer describes the temperature to you. The thermostat gives you control. As subject, you control the object through your perception of it. See, the perception becomes twisted when ego, that's an acronym for easing God out, or not becoming aware of something. Not becoming aware of your ego allows your ego to become a dictator. One more time. Your ego, unmindful of the function of your ego and how it's operating in a situation, is going to become a cruel dictator. Yeah, I know everybody finds themselves doing something. Why am I doing? I know it. You know you ain't got no business doing it, but you go ahead and do it anyway. That's because your ego is your command center. See, contrary to popular belief, we shouldn't remove or murder our ego. You need your ego. Your ego is going to, once you bring it under self-discipline, and see, that's another thing that's a requirement under the law. This is why you have to strive at your own pace and at your own rate of gaining self-control. No, it's more than just going on a diet or getting health and all that. You have to not allow the objects in your life to control you. Thermostat. See, you got the controls in your hand. And if you ain't driving your car, who is? Now, we could go off on that on a dissertation, but I want to get this. We're talking about becoming aware of your awareness, becoming aware of yourself, whatever that is. Now, I'm sharing with you, like I said, as an old bag of bones, been walking around here for many years, but let me tell you something. I done been in some places I don't want you to be in order to realize what I'm telling you now. Your mind, your whole operation, that's a powerful, that's your kingdom, your queendom. That's whatever you know, this is your higher heights. I had a young man ask me yesterday, he said, how do you know there's God? You know that. But it was something about the way he wrote it, you know, that made, I said, no, I'm going to answer him. I'm going to deal with this right here. And first I had to I gave another version of what I'm giving you this morning about, first you got to know who you are and what you are capable of before you render judgments and decisions that can really cause you to be malnourished, deformed, and all other type. In other words, it's an uncivilized heathen. And see, I'm speaking from those experiences. When I was dressed in that, I was oblivious to what I'm sharing with you this morning. We're moving right along. You know, becoming aware of your awareness prepares you to enter into your creative intelligence, where you can use mother wisdom. Now, what do I mean by mother wisdom? You know, you don't hear that word anymore. But they said mother wit, and mother wit is mother wisdom. See, mother wisdom is caught. See, yeah, read books, acquire books will give you academic knowledge, and it will show you the way. I mean, all books is like that. But ultimately, mother wisdom has to be caught in your spirit, and you have to see the application. Let me tell you something. All parents know children very rarely is going to obey what you say, but they're going to always do what they see you do. That's the function of mother will. You can talk all you want to talk. Listen, all that's going to be revealed by and by. Believe me in that. You ain't got to worry about them. You know, if they're lying, all that, it's going to catch up with them. Because there's another universal law called cause and effect. See, in our darkness, it's like, you know, this instrument they call a boomerang. You throw it and it's supposed to come back. But see, what we do, we throw the boomerang, forget about it, right, hit it in the back of the head, and it was all the white folks, all the preachers, it's the church, and this thing. Let me tell you something. We create our own reality. Every definition we give to something, we give it to it. So, with this, as I say, we should strive to create within ourselves on our own terms and understanding creative intelligence so we can become problem solvers rather than getting on every pity pot. Oh, yeah, now I'm not listening. I'm not trying to diminish, disrespect nobody on it. I'm just saying, once you come into these controls and see how you can, and it's all going on inside of you. This is an inner journey. No, nobody can do. You have to do this for yourself on your own terms and your own time. You know, this is why I pray every day to be given occasion and opportunity. Because let me tell you something, you can't change nobody but yourself. Now, I'm going to cut this right now, and I hope this be Rastafari right with you. No, I'm sharing with you I want you to research it within yourself on your own terms. As I say, all them books you read and everything, if you can't see yourself in that, if it's not a resonance, if it's not something going on between you and its subject, object, you got to have that control, man. You got to know that your ego, after it's been there running thing for a while, it don't want to surrender the reins to itself. So you have to start instituting inner self-control. Peace and blessings to all of God's people. And I pray I gave somebody a miracle today.